This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social. Association with Betfred just concluded the Okolie-Cieslak weigh-in here in London. Frank Smith, good bit of noise there, a lot of Polish contingent out. You told me off camera that's exactly what you were expecting.
I thought we were in Warsaw for a second. We've done a bit of, it's good to have a bit of noise, isn't it? They always come in. There's a big community of Polish people, obviously in the UK, but in London as well. So we knew to expect that they'd be here, and it's going to make a lot of noise tomorrow at the show as well.
Just a quick word on Lawrence Okolie. He was that comfortable at the weight, seemingly he was eating on the scales while he was weighing in. How does he still make 200 pounds, seemingly without too much trouble?
I know, and he looks in great shape as well. You know, he's a strong fighter, and I think he's going to beat everyone in the cruiserweight division. And then, big opportunity for him to move up to heavyweight from there.
Frank, as we understand it, Maurice Bradis is going to be down on the DAZN broadcast tomorrow night. He says he's got a surprise for Lawrence Okolie. Any idea what that is?
Not a clue. He told us what it was. He said he was bringing it over for him. So there's a limit as to what he could have brought in. So let's wait and see. But he's up for it. I think he's trying to make the Jake Paul fight still. And then if that doesn't happen, then maybe we can make the Okolie fight.
Bit of a strange one tomorrow with the Sunday boxing. I know we're starting much earlier. What kind of time are we expecting main event?
Main event probably around 9 p.m. for a 10 p.m. finish. We didn't want to go too late. Obviously, people have got work on Monday. So I think it makes sense, all be over by 10.
Something that came into my head before when I got in here. Could you give us an update on David Diamande? Any news on when he'll be back?
Yeah, he called me actually this morning, but I was in a meeting and I'm speaking to him tonight. I think he's back for March 5th. So it's good. Looking forward to having him back. He had a tough time over the Christmas period, but will be good to have him back in the ring, back working.
Quick word on the Olympians. We've got Chev Clark, and also we've got Galal Yafai turning over tomorrow under the Matchroom banner. Just a quick word on what it's like trying to recruit these Olympians. Is this the most competitive it's ever been in that market?
Yeah, look, there's never been a period more competitive than now. Everyone wants to get these guys and girls, and we're delighted to have Chev. We're delighted to have Galal Yafai, obviously Olympic gold medalist, and we'll keep working through, and we're still trying to work on a few other names as well. But no, very exciting. Galal coming straight into a 10-round fight, similar to what Lomachenko did in his early days. Was it 10 or 12 when Lomachenko started? Can't remember. 10, yeah. So no, it's great for him to get started so quickly, and he's a real talent, and Chev as well. Looking forward to that, 'cause it's been a long time coming.
Canelo Alvarez, we know had a couple options on the table. There was the Charlo fight from on one side, and then Bivol on the other. The Bivol fight now confirmed for May 7th. This is a much tougher fight for him?
I actually think it is. I think Bivol's a real tough fight. Going up to 175, there's no weight restrictions in there. He hasn't put anything in the way of Bivol doing what he normally does, and you've got to respect Canelo for that. He wants the toughest tests. So yeah, big fight May 7th against Dimitri Bivol. And Dimitri Bivol's not going there just to give up his belt. I think we've seen some performances from Bivol recently. This is the fight that Dimitri Bivol will get up for. It's the biggest fight of his career, and I think you'll see the best of Dimitri Bivol that night. So very excited for that one.
Of course, we're going to get it as part of our DAZN package over here, but in the US, it's the launch of DAZN pay-per-view. It was no surprise it was coming, but you've had Canelo on several times on DAZN. What's changed in the market that means this has to now be a DAZN pay-per-view fight?
Look, ultimately business plans, it has to be commercially viable to make it happen. In order to get this fight made, it had to be pay-per-view. Not at Canelo's request, but in order to make the numbers work, that's the way it has to be. It's hard. You can't compete with when someone else is charging 74, 84.99. It's very hard to compete at 19.99 with that. And DAZN have done a great job to have him on the platform for so long. And you've still got so much amazing content on there as well. Amazing shows, so much announced already. So, it was something that had to happen. And I think a lot of people will understand that. It would have been impossible. He would be on another platform. He's the world's biggest boxing star. He's a pay-per-view super. He's the only pay-per-view star in America. The rest of them don't really do it. He does it. So it was the only way it made sense.
We know it's a 2-fight deal with possibly an option to go to 3. We were reading this morning, but second fight respecting Gennady Golovkin. Has he signed yet?
That's the fight we're looking to do. I think both guys are ready to go for that, but both guys have got focus on Canelo, obviously on Dimitri Bivol, and then Golovkin has got the Murata fight, which I'm sure will be announced soon as well. So hopefully they get through that, and that's the fight we'd like to see.
Demetrius Andrade and Zach Parker, we know Queensbury won the purse bid, so that Eddie kind of hinted to me that it's not a full-gone conclusion that Andrade will go ahead with that fight. Does he have other options?
Look, he's got a couple of hours, I think, still in the day from where we are in this interview to confirm. You know, it was a very close bid, which shows, you know, ultimately that's where we all work towards the same thing. It's a bit like, unlike Fury-Whyte, which was sort of, they managed to make it work within their figures internally, but it was a close bid, and I think we'll see what Demetrius decides to do, and then work from there. And I think he goes in there, I think he destroys Zach Parker. I think he's on another level to him personally.
Fury-Whyte was signed yesterday, Wembley Stadium. I've spoken to Eddie and he says he probably won't have much involvement, given it's not his promotion. It's up to Dillian how much he will be involved. I'm sure you'll all be watching and cheering on Dillian though. What's his best chance of beating Tyson Fury?
Yeah, 100%. I believe Dillian Whyte can go in there and knock out Tyson Fury. I think, I said it the other day, I think all of the top heavyweights can go in there on their night and beat the other one. And that's the great thing about heavyweight boxing. That's why it's always been the most entertaining division in the sport and will continue to be. So looking forward to that one, and I believe he goes in there and does the job at Wembley Stadium on April 23rd.
Last one before I let you go, Frank. Devin Haney, George Kambosos. We're all waiting for George Kambosos' next move. Do you know any more than me?
Working through it now. You know, we are in discussions still. Hopeful we can make that fight for Devin Haney. It's the fight that makes sense most for both guys. Undisputed championship. So fingers crossed we can get that done, and we'll keep pushing for it.
Frank Smith, thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.